6 o'clock this morning. It was raining and very windy, and there's still wind out there, but where we are, it's fairly calm. We're up at the top of this hill, and they have an arrangement with the local taxi drivers for a one-way ride back up the hill each day. Good plan. It's real obvious why they put the town here, because it's protected from the wind by this peninsula out here, and out there it is still very rough. Here's the water. It's clear as drinking water out of the tap. There's one of these jet boats that goes out spinning around in the harbor, and behind is some great big ship. Here it comes. Pretty nifty old boat. The mountains around here are stunning, even on a cloudy day. Right here next to town, and up there is the top of the gondola. Direction, I see the cable car going up to the viewpoint. This is evidently the most famous eatery in town, the Berg Burger. They have creative hamburgers. We'll have to check it out later. 12:30, there's a line out the door. And next door is Mrs. Berg, and she sells gelato. Now here's an up-close view of that boat that we saw out in the water. That thing was pretty amazing.
First, the only thing that is slightly peculiar about them is that they're all on contract the $1 million cruise here, and they turn up every day at 11, 2 and 4 as I say. But anyway guys, we've seen some trout, confirmed actually some fish in the lake. So as we come down and jump on board there guys, just watch the step jumping on.
We are underway. And here's the little shark guy. No passengers again. I think he's just out doing advertising.
Righty-ho guys, there we go. Alright everyone, well, welcome aboard. How are you? Well, I hope you've been having a good day today, and hopefully you've all been able to enjoy at least a little bit of the sun that I've had here this afternoon. Guys, my name is Max. He's up there up on the roof. Just make sure when you come down the stairs here, you just turn around and just come down the stairs back.
There's our hotel.
The bar if you need the toilets there at all. If you get any rubbish or trash,
kind of in the middle on the top floor.
Anything at all like that.
Shaw's headed out at the same time.
Viewing platform seat up there on the roof. And of
there's
course,
the steep hill up to our hotel.
This entire area through here.
Until 1959, there was nothing here.
In fact, it looked a lot like these two mountains in front of us here on our left-hand side. And as you can see, folks, there's no trees on them. That's because there's no native New Zealand trees that naturally grow here in Queenstown, and this very cool alpine environment we get up here. All these trees you see along either side of us, they're all exotic species that have been introduced from the northern hemisphere over the years. Now in 1860 the area was discovered, and in that same year they set up a very large sheep station or sheep farm where the downtown area is now. They had 14 people and around about 8,000 sheep. Basically.
Gold strike here. Took out more gold than any river other than the Yukon in Alaska.
Moment,
guys, that lasted 20 years and they're all gone and just tourists today. Wedding photo shot. Nice quiet little harbor in here, and most of these homes are occupied by locals, we were told. This house has a 24-car garage under the tennis courts that are underneath that chain link fence. This was carved by a glacier 11,000 years ago. There's a park along here. A couple of nice houses too. There's some hikers. Got a nice trail all the way along here. It's the most expensive area of Queenstown because there's a microclimate that has it being a little bit warmer. So obviously a little bit pricier. Up here we've got a nice horizontal line at the top of these pine trees. I thought these were forested pines, but they're not. They consider them an obnoxious weed, and they've tried spraying to kill them, and that's that band up above, but it hasn't been working too well.
If you're leaving the downtown area, guys, I was telling you how originally Queenstown used to be a sheep station, which then turned into a gold mining town and finally grew into Queenstown as we know it today.
The water is 99.9% pure.
It doesn't conduct electricity. So if you wanted to, guys, you drop a main supply power cord into the lake here and it won't short out. The water here in the lake, perfectly acceptable to drink, just straight out of the lake, untreated. Yeah, and it's also where Queenstown gets the majority of its drinking water from as well. There we go.
We've been drinking lake water, I guess.
On out. The ice would have almost completely covered almost all of the surrounding hills here, and it would have only been just the very tops of the tallest mountains poking out the top of the ice cap. The lake's entirely natural, folks. This is how we found it when Queenstown was permanently settled over 155 odd years ago. It's quite a big lake as well, guys. It's New Zealand's third largest lake.
Main industry here is tourism. About 4,200 people come every day and that many depart every day. There's just no other industry around here, so they're quite fortunate they have this very successful business as the #1 tourist destination in New Zealand. Now we learned they got a couple of famous boats here. This one was owned by Winston Churchill. Took part in the evacuation from Dunkirk. And this one over here was in the America's Cup in San Diego in 1999. And as he said, unfortunately they didn't win. I said, yeah, but you got there. They did quite well, but they didn't win. And as we know, there is no second. It's still pretty nippy out here, but there are people sitting on the beach, which is very rocky. And we have some people even going to go out riding on those guys. And there's the Earnshaw coming back from her cruise. They started the little habit of putting locks on the bridge. So we're at Burger. We were told we had to eat here, and it appears that everyone who comes to Queenstown eats here. There's been a line here all day. It's called Southern Swine, quarter-pound burger with bacon and lettuce and tomato and all sorts of good stuff. Have a glass of Merlot to go with that. Stu has a Chardonnay to go with his. And here we have onion rings. Then we went next door and had Mrs. Ferg's gelato. Yum.